Welcome back to the channel.
This morning, we're headed back to the Atlanta airport.
Yeah, we're heading to LAX, so if you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe.
Come get lost with us.
We got up this morning and got some news about our flight.
Yeah, so apparently overnight Microsoft went down and they grounded like all flights, and then like banks are affected, hospitals are affected. It's kind of a big deal. So we have our driver coming in about 20 minutes and we're still gonna go to the airport. We don't know what we're walking into. Hopefully it's easy and they've got everything sorted out by the time we get there, because it is a 2.5-hour drive to get there.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. I mean, everything kind of is temporarily shut down. Everybody in the morning got their flights canceled. But according to the Delta app and everything else, it's still on time. It's actually supposed to be early somehow, which I don't believe. You've seen us in other videos get stuck at the Atlanta airport. Delta isn't the most honest, I would say, when it comes to canceling flights. They definitely wait till the last second to cancel it. Like, they want to get you there for some reason.
Yeah, they'll delay it. Like, everything will say on time until it's past time to board.
Yeah.
And then it'll be delayed, and then delayed, and then delayed, and then all of a sudden they'll just cancel it, and then you gotta wait in a 3-hour line.
So hopefully we get there and it's all working. I mean, again, like Nace said, we do have a 2-hour drive plus down to Atlanta. So hopefully it all goes smoothly. But here's our bags. Getting ready to head out. What did you just find out?
I went to the flyfaa.gov website, and for Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson, it says that all departures to all airports from all airlines are currently not being allowed to depart until after at least like 1 o'clock mid-time, like UT time, which I believe is mountain time, which is 2 hours. I think it's two or 3 hours behind us, so that's at least like 11 o'clock this time. So we'll see.
So view at the airport, it's definitely chaotic. There's a ton of agents though, luckily. Last time we were stuck here, there was no one from Delta here, so that's a good thing. But that's what the airport's looking like. It's looking pretty busy.
And we did see planes in the sky, so hopefully things start to smooth out as the day goes, but I do think we're going to have some significant delays.
You can see some of the remnants of the outage from earlier. The screen is still down here. It's interesting. So I got my stuff checked in. Now I'm going to head to TSA. So we made it past TSA here again. Bunch of screens down. Look at that. Crazy day, y'all.
Yeah, the L's are missing.
Yeah? I think we're heading to A.
No, but I mean, like in the cities, the L's are missing. It ends at G and starts back up at N. So, I guess if we were looking for our flight, it wouldn't pop up there.
We've made it to the A terminal. Here's the long line for Delta Help, which we've done before. If you want to see that video, definitely check in the show notes. And the Sky Club is pretty far back too. It's all the way back to that guy with the green shirt back there. Whew. So we're in the airport looking for some place to hang out for the next 6 or 7 hours. The plane got delayed again. Now we're up to 5 p.m. So it was 2, now it's 5. But we're gonna go check a couple more Sky Lounges, see if they're open, and if not, then figure something else out.
Yeah, we got time.
So we made it to the Delta Sky Lounge. We went all the way to the D terminal because that had less people in it. And it worked out for us. We got right in. So definitely a legit tip if you're in Atlanta. There's multiple Delta Sky Lounges. Keep checking. This isn't the nicest one we've seen. Check out the one we stayed at in LAX. That was phenomenal. That was our last trip back home. But I'll get Nacy, get her opinions when she gets back. She's grabbing some food. As you can see, basically everything has been delayed. Almost everything. This is crazy, huh? There's very little that's actually boarding on time. Here's what the lounge looks like. It's been about an hour. There's a line coming up. Oh, excuse me, sir. This is what the lounge is. Definitely needs refurb, but it's working. Just hanging out in the lounge. It's about 1:15. The flight from Boston, which is supposed to be our flight out to LA, is supposed to leave at 1:42. So I'm gonna check that in a little bit and see. Hopefully that heads out. There's been a ton of cancellations, there's been a ton of frustration, and there's been a ton of people in here just getting angry. So hopefully we won't be one of them soon. But we're just hanging out and chilling, waiting for our flight.
Update on Delta Lounge food. Now we are in probably the slowest, worst, one of the trashiest Delta lounges in the Atlanta airport, but nonetheless we got in. Food was okay today. We had mashed potatoes, we had chicken, there were some sandwiches and soup, some salads, and they were okay. They were okay. The ranch was fire. I'll give them that. The ranch was fire. I didn't try the soup. Had the marshmallow treat. That was good. We got 3 more hours to burn, so who knows what else I'll eat.
It's 1:44, and our flight that was supposed to leave from Boston, which is the plane that's going to take us out to LA, has been delayed. It's delayed till 1:55 right now. So we'll keep you updated. It's now 2:19. All the stuff's still saying that the flight is supposed to leave Boston at 2, and it's not updating at all. So I'm not sure what's going on. I do see our flight was delayed another hour, at least. So I'm not sure really what's going on, what to do. The lounge is kind of clearing out. It's kind of coming in waves. It seemed to kind of get a lot of people out of here, I think because a lot of people's flights got canceled. They just hit it on out. But we're just gonna keep waiting. So weird update. Just checked the tracker. The one from Boston looks like it's been canceled completely. It says scheduled, but it's all blacked out now on anything, so it's kind of invisible. We checked. It looks like there's another flight that came from Mexico, but it got here at 9 o'clock this morning. My hair's sticking out. Got here at 9 o'clock this morning, and it's just been sitting, but it still won't leave till 5. We take it to LA, so I don't know if they've got to like move it into place, or like what's going on. But Nacy's on the phone, so we'll talk about it after she gets off. But it's really crazy. Nacy's still on the phone, but so double checking, the app's not working, so I have no idea. I did just get a text at 5:53. It's supposed to be our departure time now, which sort of lines up with what it's saying on this third-party site, but nothing from Delta, no email, no nothing. It's very confusing, and it's just going to sit here for like 2.5 hours because it's here. It landed at 2:30 here from Mexico, so it is here. It's just waiting, and now we're just going to wait almost 3 hours to load the plane. Maybe that's what they're going to do, but that's kind of fascinating. You think they would just kind of move quicker. If the plane's here, why not head out to LA? Since we were supposed to leave at 1. 3 o'clock. We've been switched back to the Boston plane, it looks like. It is going to a different terminal. It's going to B2 now. And hopefully that works. We've been on planes before where they do this and it gets really confusing. I'm just hoping so, that we get the plane. If not, we go in the plane that came from Mexico. So we'll find out when it happens. It's kind of interesting how one site's saying one thing. The app is really slow to update, so I don't know how much you should trust that. The website seems to be working okay, but it won't let me log in and look at my stuff for other people here because there's a lot of people just sitting on their laptops on the Delta website watching the page. So I'm guessing that's a good approach. It's not working for me, but maybe it works for other people. But we'll see. And Nacy finally got off her phone call after an hour, so I'll update her on what's going on and get her thoughts. So a couple updates. It's 3:30. We're still waiting on the flight. It looks like we are taking the flight from Boston, not the flight from Mexico now. Who knows now? It's moved back to 6:07. One of the things that we've noticed too with the app is like it'll pop up, be like, hey, you can click on this, but if you don't click on it immediately, it just disappears. You can't go into your like update screen or your message center, anything like that, and it's gone. So if you don't click on it immediately, you don't see it. It's kind of frustrating and really kind of annoying because it's hard to keep up with all these changes that they're making. But with that being said, the Delta Lounge is kind of clearing out, so hopefully a lot of people are getting on their flights and getting out of here. Hopefully we'll be next. Just got an update that they moved it to 6:07. I just did that. You'll have seen. We just did that. Now it looks like the flight is canceled. Macy's going up to the counter to check. I still haven't received anything, but she received something that said it was canceled in her app. Now we get to find out what happens next. So this has been a crazy day. It looks like it's officially canceled. Macy's up at the counter still, but I got the update in the app that it has been canceled. So we'll see what happens. And sad, but it's nice to at least have some kind of conclusion at this point, whether we're gonna go or not. Now our bags become a different story, and I guess we'll find out about them in a little bit. All right, we're heading to the front of the airport because we're gonna try to get our bags back now. This is gonna be fun. We've never done this before either. Our flight got canceled. Nancy will talk about that when we get to the baggage area. You'll see everything looks exactly the same it did this morning. It's like they haven't done anything.
Well, they said when I was up at the desk talking, they said that they couldn't even log into their computers this morning. That's how bad it was. Like, Delta's system was severely affected. Meanwhile, Spirit Airlines and Southwest are still flying.
So we've made it out here. There is a ton of folks just waiting around out here. Hopefully they're having better days than we are. But now we have to find help desk, and it looks like it's this way. Well, here's the line to get our bags back. Just keeps going and going and going and going and going and going. This is insane, y'all. This is absolutely insane. Wow. And we're not even at the end yet, y'all. I'll show you the back shot when we get there. So you can.
At least like 1,000 people on the line.
There's got to be at least over like 1,000 people here. You can see in the far distance, that is the Bag Help Center. And we're all the way over here by the help desk.
Now I'm gonna give y'all a little sneak peek. So Gary sat in the chairs that we had over at the lounge, and one thing that I did learn today is that in the lounge they do have help desk people, which is pretty awesome in one regard. But we were able to rebook our flights without having to stand in a crazy long line, because outside in the terminal the lines are hours long. The help desk and the website are several hours long currently, and it's just going to get worse. So we were able to rebook our flight. Unfortunately, the only way for us to get a guaranteed seat wasn't until Sunday at 7:18 in the morning. Otherwise, we would have had to fly standby, and honestly, we didn't want to waste a whole other day tomorrow just sitting in the airport knowing we weren't going to get to fly anyways. We were rebooked for Sunday at 7:18 a.m. Now, the other thing that happened is currently they are not offering hotels, which I think is a little ridiculous because per the FAA this does qualify as an event, especially because Delta systems are affected. Like, they did the patch, like that's already happened, but it's Delta systems themselves. It's not a weather delay, so this was preventable on Delta's part. So at the very least we should have gotten a hotel, but unfortunately these people are just showing up to work and this is just their job, and she was not willing to help me, so that was a little frustrating. But now we have made it outside the terminal and we're waiting in this really long line to see if we can even get our luggage.
Yeah, and I imagine by the time we get up to the front, it'll already be on a plane to LA, so we'll see what happens. So check out the line. It just goes and goes and goes. Holy cow. And then we turn around, and we're slightly closer. Not by very much though.
So my biggest fear with as quickly as this line feels like it's moving is that they're just basically telling all these people that they can't help them, or that it's going to be several hours to wait. And I'll be honest with you, I really don't want to put that out there, but that's just my gut feeling of what's happening ahead of us. But we'll see. Our luggage is still here, according to our air tags. So
been in line for about an hour, and you can see all the way back there is the stand where we started. So we have moved forward some. We're getting there, but we still got a ways to go. So we're about an hour and 50 minutes in. Lady just came by and scanned our bag tags for no reason, because we still have to wait in line. For some odd reason, even though she can see them there, she can't just put the request to have them pulled.
somebody else has to.
Yeah, somebody else has to. So why not just have a scanning thing? I go by, scan it, and it automatically brings it up if it's still here.
Yeah, so, and then we have to wait for it at the oversized baggage for it to come up, so. And it's disappeared out of the phone.
Yeah, we can't track it in the app anymore. We can only track it by our air tags. This is, And instead of putting like extra tables out to try to move things quicker or anything, Delta literally just uses the bare minimum. Not a super fun experience, I've got to be honest with you. We probably have another hour till we get up to the front, and then who knows how long it'll take them to actually bring the bags out.
And it's sitting on Concourse A.
Hour and 45 minutes in, we're almost to the sign, but it's pretty much come to a dead stop. I don't know what's going on all of a sudden, but we've just stopped for like the last 15 minutes. We got 2 toiletry bags. So we went and checked in our names. All they had to do was literally scan it, so I don't understand why the other lady couldn't do that when we were standing there. And then after she scanned it, we basically just go sit here and hopefully they bring it out to us. There's no guarantee, it could get on a flight, yada, yada, yada. Why they just don't have people with scanners in line just going by and scanning it? It's a question that apparently I get paid too much for. But now we wait, and apparently they don't yell out your name or anything, which makes it even weirder. You have to watch for the app, and my bag hasn't been showing up in the app, so I guess I'll just pay attention to the Find My, and hopefully we'll see it come out. Here's where you got to stand, because they don't call the names or anything. You just kind of have to know. But that's where you claim your baggage. Instead of just putting it on like a bag claim area or anything, they just do it there. So what's your thoughts so far?
This process is in the shitter.
Yeah, you can't make it any more difficult. Come on, Delta.
And like this is all it shows me is like where my bag is, but they also want to like tell you like there's probably a pretty good chance that they're not going to find your bag before there's another flight. But I don't think any other flights are going to LA today, so we did get toiletry bags though.
Yeah, she did give us toiletry bags.
So at least I think there's a toothbrush and toothpaste, and I think there's like a comb and deodorant, and I think some body wash and maybe shampoo. I don't know, I guess I'll open up and see. We got nothing else to do. There's Nancy hanging out. She found a seat. There is no seats over here. I got lucky and found a seat, but there is like nothing here. People keep climbing up all over the number 9 here. See, they keep getting up on the carousel. It's because they're not calling anybody's name. So you have no idea when your stuff comes out. You have no idea when it's going to come out. Instead of being able to just like sit and relax and they call your name, they're just people crowded over there because they don't know when their stuff's going to come. So every few minutes someone gets on it. Every few minutes. And it's just going to get worse because the line still goes forever and ever and ever. So they're just trying to get their bags. Well, we got the 2 bags. It was a mess to get up there. The cops were yelling at people. It's insane. Instead of just like calling out names, they're doing it this way. But look at that line. It still goes further back than where we got into it. And all they have to do is scan their ticket, y'all. It's insane. Delta, do better. I would also like to add that this took about, once we scanned our ticket, it took about 30-45 minutes.
Yeah, at that. They were super quick.
So don't give up hope.
If you do the ride share, you have to go down there to ride share zone 1 and 8. But if you do like a black or an SUV, they actually come right here. Which is weird because they label it a door that doesn't actually exist, but the second door does. Just kind of strange. What a day, y'all. What a day. So interesting update. We got our luggage like we said earlier, but the app still hasn't updated. So if you only had the app, you would have no idea that your luggage is there. The only reason why we do is because we put Apple AirTags in our luggage.
So pro travel tip.
Legit tip, also known as legit tip.
If you can afford AirTags, put them in your check bag.
Yes.
Like, it honestly has saved us like panic attacks in the past where we weren't really sure where our bags were. And today we were able to actually know when our luggage was ready to be picked up.
Yeah. What a mess though, Delta. Just have people go down, scan the items, and then have somebody call out the names and give them to them. Instead of making it that convoluted process where people are just getting frustrated and angry.
It was crazy, like absolute chaos, like the mob, which I don't know if we'll put the video in here. If anything, is going to go up on our YouTube shorts of chaos that is what today was.
Yep.
So.
Whew. But we're waiting for the car. Hopefully it'll be here soon.
Next stop, Nicole's house. So an update, we're in the rain right now, so it is a little bit drop. We got out to where we're supposed to be to pick up. The guy's not here, but he is pretending like he's here, so it's another one of those scam. I think it's an Uber or a Lyft. Nancy can tell you when she figures it out, but yeah, so we're here waiting, and as you can see, he is not here. He's supposed to be in a GMC Yukon, and that is not here. So what happened, Nancy?
He basically sat somewhere in the parking lot close enough that he could trigger that he was here, but he wasn't actually here. And then he basically sent me a message at the very end, was like, I'm here, but he never answered his phone. I called him 7 different times. I texted him like, where are you at? Where are you at? I'm here. Where are you? Help me find you. Where are you? Typically, and we use Lyft and Uber a lot. Usually if we can't find a driver, they usually call us or I call them. And I would say 99.9% of the time, they're fantastic and they help us find them. His phone was off or unavailable because every time I called it said, the driver you're trying to reach is not available. So I wasn't able to call him and I was like, can you please answer your phone? I know he read my messages because it said read, but he never once replied as to where he was to help us find him. And then canceled the ride at the end. And yeah.
And they don't have customer service because it closes at 8 p.m. on Monday through Friday, and it's of course 8 p.m. Awesome.
And the rain's about to come in.
Yeah, it's been drizzling on and off, but hopefully the second guy will come, and we'll have to dispute some charges on the credit card. It looks like maybe. So we called another one. We followed the Lyft directions to where we're supposed to be. And another one not here. I don't know if their system's down too and they're able to take advantage of it, if that's what's happening or what, but they won't respond. They won't call us. And then they just claim we're not here. And we're literally sitting here. We don't have any idea what to do at this point. So we got back from the airport. It's 8 something after the whole Lyft fiasco, and now we're at our Airbnb.
Yeah. And we're gonna try and take it easy for the next 24 hours and not stress about our upcoming situation.
Yeah, we don't fly out till Sunday, so stay tuned to see if we actually can make it to LA on Sunday. With the Microsoft thing, I don't know if we'll be able to.
Yeah, there's a lot of, nobody seems to know what's really going on, and Delta seems to be having the biggest issues amongst all the carriers, so.
Yeah, it seems like everyone else is getting it figured out except for Delta.
Yeah.
So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
We'll come and get you guys for the next one.
Ain't that the truth? Baby Ruth.
Bye,
Bye everyone.